Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we're going to discuss the DreamWorks animated feature film Boss Baby. Came out 2017. Alec Baldwin is the voice of the Boss Baby, who is later called Ted. Older Tim is voiced by the narrator, Tobey Maguire. In the sequel, James Marsden is the voice of Tim. I don't know what the change was for. So then Toby's Tim is telling his daughter the story of how he got a younger brother. And that's what this story is. Now, I saw this when this first came out in 2017, and I didn't like it. And revisiting now on my Netflix list, this was on my Netflix list because this is a franchise on Netflix now. It's got 2 different TV series, has a Christmas special, which we will discuss at the end of 2024. So I was like, you know what, let me knock it out. It's on my list. We just watched Storks about babies being delivered, and then this is another version of babies being delivered and that stuff. How does that work? So I wanted to revisit it. And this is a great film. I don't know why I didn't like it 7 years ago when it first came out. 7 years ago was 2017. It's a frightening thought. Frightening thought. The older you get, how fast time goes. It's very interesting too. So Tim is like 7, something like that. His parents are throwing around the idea of him getting a younger brother. He doesn't want a younger brother. So then he eventually gets a younger brother, who's this Boss Baby. And it's revealed that all babies come from this corporation up above. They don't necessarily call it heaven, but it's referenced as heaven. Because he's referenced as a prodigal son. And then Tim goes, Jesus? And he's like, no. It was funny. So the baby world tries to make sure that the babies have the most love and affection, and that way they continue on with being babies, right? And then if you're taken off the special formula, you then age. If you stop sucking on the pacifier of life, then you have no memory of the pre-existence. You just have the post of you being born existence. So it's an interesting concept. So the theory of this is Tim's parents work for this puppy company, this pet company, and who's introducing this new puppy that's going to get all the love, and the babies are not going to be as loved as the puppies are, so it's going to decrease the population of the babies. Interesting. So how do you stop that? Well, you have to sabotage the company, obviously, and it turns out that the head of the company is actually a baby who became born mortal, and it's revealed then how he became mortal, that he was actually kicked out of the company. A whole backstory. It was the thing. It was a very interesting thing. So as the story is progressing, and then Tim is trying to help Ted go back to being the Boss Baby for this corporation because he doesn't want a younger brother, and then Ted is trying to help Tim in regards to convincing his parents to, do certain things. So they're helping each other out along the way, and then they realize that they do want to be brothers at the end. And then even though Ted gets promoted in his baby world, Tim then writes him a letter saying, I'm always going to be there for your birthday. I'm always going to be there for your games. You're always going to be my brother. And then Ted decides to be born, give up the boss life, so that way he can become a Boss Baby amongst the mortals, if you will. So then now it's a matter of moving forward in regards to the sequels and the TV series. Does he stop sucking on the pacifier? Does he stop drinking the formula? Like, does he become fully mortal, or does he stay within regards to that baby world, but grew in affection and love towards his brother Tim? I think that's what it is. I haven't seen them, obviously, so I can't really talk about it, but I thought it was a neat new concept of where do babies come from. So it's just interesting. We're doing back-to-back where a baby's coming from Storks, where a baby's coming from Boss Baby. I'm excited to see the Christmas special because I know that's going to be chaos on Christmas Eve. I read the little blurb, and then what happens next. So that's going to be fun when we jump into that come October, November, when we actually start watching our Christmas movie marathon. It's always a wonderful time of year. So 2017 Boss Baby, DreamWorks animated feature film. On to the next review. Mahalo.